Before we get into this video, I'd like to thank my Patreons, Jackal, Monitor, and Jamie, as well as my commissioner, Zaris, for making this all possible. A small $1 tier gets you a small commission monthly, as well as a percentage off regular commissions. The higher the tier, the more you get. Thank you, and now to the video. It's summer, you know, 4th of July, Halloween's around the corner, school is coming, or is already here for some of us who work during the summer months. Some of this is also the winter months, I suppose. But pretty much, summer holidays and summer jobs. Let's talk jobs. Some of us have had the struggle known as getting a job, and others the struggle of keeping a job. I sure as hell know both of these too well. I have had 4 jobs in restaurants and my self-employment. 5 jobs so far in total. Only enjoy one job, my self-employment, because it's kind of like my dream job, except a little bit different. It's a stepping stone in the right direction for sure, though. Now, my first job, I was a cashier / quote-unquote waitress at a small Cajun place run by my family, by my friend's family, not my family, by my friend's family, the one that I sometimes do videos with on here. Outlast, for sure, you would know them. The place was in a kind of bad spot, I wouldn't say slightly. It was at the end of a strip mall and tucked around a corner. People drove past it constantly thinking it was either closed or a place where people sold drugs. We did actually have someone come in asking if we sold drugs there, and we had to tell them to leave. That was interesting that day. The other problem that we had was sometimes we weren't fully staffed. Imagine 3 to sometimes 1 person in the restaurant at a time, and it was usually only the cashiers. That was the place trying to run. It closed down due to money losses from what I've been told. My last day was its last day. I worked almost a year there. Almost. My second job, I was working in the kitchen of a mama pop's place. It was a pub kind of bar, really. It was a burger place, for sure. Oh, bless me. I was a prep to line cook, as well as a dishwasher. It was a fun experience learning the ropes of how to run a kitchen, or well, how not to run a kitchen. The daughter ran most of the stuff. She was the head chef, but she didn't have any experience in any kind of culinary aptitude, so not even school. And she had a habit of throwing temper tantrums if anyone who knew about food made a comment about her food that she wanted to serve. I remember some of the foods that she had us try, and one will always be in my memory as the second worst thing I've ever had in my life. There's one in the number 1 spot, but it's not today that it needs to be heard of. Neither is the other thing. My third job was my shortest job ever. I worked there a total of a week. I was a quote-unquote waitress again, and one of the managers, when he found out I was dyslexic and partially deaf, so disabled, he decided he could get away with belittling me constantly over it. So a mix of asking me things like, is this too fast for you? Do you need it slower? Oh, are you deaf or just stupid? And things like that. I quit, because my disabilities don't hinder me until people make it their job to mock and point it out constantly, as well as harass. That's just you making yourself a hindrance. Like, what the fuck? My fourth job, I was working at a pizza place. I was a hoagie artist, as they put it. I was 1 person in a 2-person station that technically had 4 stations to it. It was an interesting time. They only ever had me there at night, which was also interesting. I needed that job to graduate college, because at the time I was taking a culinary course that required me to have 2 months experience in the restaurant field. So I worked there a month and a bit, and one of the managers told me that he believed in me enough that I could get a job in something I was more suited for. That doesn't help currently because I am back in that same school in a different course, but they gave me an extension on my graduation thing. So now I need 4 months of restaurant experience in a restaurant. What do you fucking do? Now, they all gave me experience. I don't tolerate being bullied. I should have learned that in school, but I didn't. And I also know my limit for sound before I hear nothing but pain. Which I also should have learned in school, but, like, dumb teenager for the most part. Now, I love what I currently do, because it's a lot of art and video making and trying to be more myself, because I enjoy talking to people a lot, and it's ridiculous. But I love it. Even if sometimes I get really depressed sometimes, and I want to disappear into my bed and never be seen again, or the other mode my brain goes to, which is everything is faded in color, and everything is warped shapes. I don't exist, nothing is real, and what is the point? Those are interesting times, and I'm glad that they're less often. Now, jobs are good. Everyone should at least work in retail and food service at least once to gain a sort of patience with people who are already in that position. Because though I was already pretty patient with people in food service, am way more patient with people in food service. And finding a job more suited for yourself is also really goddamn hard. I mean, I'm still looking for an extra job right now because my life stability is not that great, and I kind of need to go to the doctor, and I live in the US, which is wonderful. But, like, it's great at the same time finding things you love. This is the first time I've ever actually scripted a video more wholly. I've tried scripting before, and I kind of went off script way more, and this one I scripted slightly better, I think, but it also really is on you to tell me if that is so leave a comment down below to give me anything you want. You can even tell me to talk about other things next time, or never speak again. I'll ignore that one, but still, leave a comment down below for anything you want to tell me. So here is the part where I ramble a little. This past 4th of July, I got shot by a firework because a couple of neighbors of mine decided to shoot them off in my front yard. And I was in my backyard, so I did not see them. But they sure as hell heard me and ran when I screamed. I'm fine for the most part. I have a slight burn and a slight scratch because I got really lucky and just got hit by, like, the aftermath, which is nice. Another thing is that I ended up seeing someone who I used to work with at the pizza place. He recognized me. He knew who I was. I didn't know who he was, because I have a really bad memory, so I apologize to him, especially if he does watch this, because I am so goddamn sorry that I forgot who you were, and for some reason, my way of recognizing you, of being like, yeah, I acknowledge you, you're from a TV show, was not me being like, aha, you're famous, let me talk to you. It was more of, I think I know you, you could be from a show, but I think I know you a bit more than that, but I don't know why. So yeah, that was interesting. I also know that a lot of the people at the pizza place also thought I was a lesbian, so another thing to clear up from there is I'm trans. You were right when I said I was gay, because I am gay. I'm just trans first, and I have a boyfriend. I was just hanging out with Strive at the time, so I'm sorry if that's misleading. But there we go. Some clear-ups and stuff. Yay. like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you're already subscribed, hit that bell button if you want to get notified of when other videos pop up. I'll be trying to post a bit more. It's going to be a mild struggle for the start because my new internet is a little funky and the medication I'm on does not always help my mental capacity to fathom the idea of working, which I'm still working on. So hopefully I will be posting more often, and I won't be posting every day, but at least twice to thrice a month. I managed to do a couple of streams last month, and I'm hoping to try to do a few more. I might even play Spore or something. So let's look forward to that. I'm gonna try to animate a little because there's one video I have on hold right now because it's kind of glitched AF. So I'm gonna be animating some parts of that so that I don't have to replay it, because you do not understand how many play times I played this one video game to get one that wasn't as glitched. I did it 10 times, and as someone with ADHD and, like, the inability to tolerate patience for myself is ridiculous. I tried, though. So, we're going with the one that's the least glitched, and I'm going to animate some of it so that it's not horrific. So that's gonna be fun. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!